It's been quiet for a little bit. I acknowledge it. So I figured I'd do a quick update on what's going on with this thing. First off, life is going on. So that was a big detractor from working on the car for a little bit, being an adult. But as far as the car's going, it's basically the same issue, more or less. The brake hard line was swapped out, so now the caliper is still frozen. I'm noticing that the reservoir, the brake master reservoir is slowly draining. It's not quite at the full line where it was when I've last looked at it. It looks like it's slowly creeping down, and I haven't seen any drops on the floor. So gonna have to take a look and see if I can spot some puddles, or most likely what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to drain the system and take apart the brake master and the brake booster and ensure that those are in working order, because part of the issue that I'm having is the brake pedal doesn't feel great either. It could be hydraulic and could be vacuum related at the same time. So I'm gonna be doing that here soon, but that's kind of more of a weekend job, and I don't want to kind of tackle that on like a weeknight, lead into work, getting in the middle of a big project and not finishing it. So what I'm doing tonight is I am plumbing the purge valve line, the vac line that comes off of the intake manifold. I've already got it about halfway done, using some nicer braided line to kind of match the line that I made for the brake booster. It looks pretty good. So I just have a few more cutting things to do. I need to relocate the harness for the purge valve. I kind of tucked that a little bit tight, but that's fine, it's just 2 wires. So I'm gonna be cutting that, extending it, and running it up to the new location. I think it's pretty nice and tidy where I've got it. Pretty proud of it, looks pretty clean, so gonna run that. And then probably just find small stuff to do on the car until it's this weekend, and tackle this brake thing, and hopefully that fixes it, because once the brakes are fixed, this thing is drivable and it's gonna get driven. This hose right here, ran it down, and ignore the worm clamp, it's temporary, but it holds for right now, nice and tight. So I ran it through here, gonna get some hose separators, that'll be nice. And then I'm not sure how well the camera's gonna pick this up, but back here, I kind of have the purge valve tucked nicely. I'm gonna fab up something to hold it onto this boost control solenoid bracket here. That way it doesn't move, but as it is, it already doesn't move that much, so that'll be pretty cool. And then just running the harness here that I've untucked, and normally I had it running underneath this hose here, so I'm just gonna basically run it straight up and around, plug it in, nice and neat. Tape this bad boy back up here, and done deal. As you can see here, the harness is mostly wrapped. I got pretty far, so I need to go a little bit further. So I need to wrap down here to the base of the harness, and then I had to expose some of this here. So I'm going to rewrap that as well. I'm going to probably wrap it down to about here, back up a little bit further. So I can tuck that back in. So luckily I found this nice healthy roll here, so gonna get to work and show you guys what it looks like when it's done. barely took any time at all. Already got this thing wrapped up. It's all good to go. Kind of went up above and below, created a nice little intersection here, so it's nice and strong. So these wires won't be under any extra stress. The loom will take care of it. And then wrapped further down here, so everything's all nice and tight. Just gonna work on tucking all the plugs back up underneath the way I have kind of hidden out of the way there, and finish plugging up the rest of the stuff. It looks so good. It almost hurts a little bit. Got it all tucked up in there. Here's the plug right there, if you can see it. It's the harness going down here, and then the thicker loom is tucked back there. So that's all completed. Gonna, I don't know, maybe do a couple more small things here and there just until the weekend hits and I can kind of tackle the bigger jobs. But eager to get this thing going, and so I'm just gonna try to start doing whatever I can find on it. Until next time. In typical Eric fashion, one of two things has happened this weekend. So, first thing, didn't get nearly as much progress as I wanted completed. That's fine. I needed to help some friends out with some things, and that's more important. But second thing is I also made some progress off camera. It's difficult for me to set up something to film in this tight space here, but it's something I'm working on, so stay tuned. But check out this, what I can only describe as a poopy butthole. This is the brake booster, and you know, I feel like if it looks like that, it probably was performing like that as well. So kind of ran out of time this weekend to take it out. I got the master out, and that looks fine, honestly. So the plan of action is going to be to go ahead and remove that booster whenever I've got some free time for it, and inspect it and make sure that no brake fluid was going into there, because I did notice some of it was missing from the reservoir. Didn't really make sense. I had it topped off and then it came out and I noticed it was a little low, so it's going somewhere. So my line of thinking is find where it's going, and that's probably the failed component. So gonna take that out and kind of almost hope for some brake fluid, just so I don't have to go any further. But yeah, that'll be the plan here soon. But just wanted to share some of that progress.